What's up guys, Zenigami here. Let's go through 30 Stamina Count Butler. If you're unfamiliar with who Count Butler is the big bad end boss of one of the One Piece movies. Let's use this Garp. So we're going to use a double Garp free-to-play team. Namule is here because he deals exact damage, and T-Bone is here because he is a non-shooter, non-striker character that reduces damage taken. You can do two different things. If you're using a stronger side team, you can bring characters that will let you kill Count Butler on the final stage within 3 turns. Or you can plan on taking a hit from Count Butler, and after that you can also bring Mirage Temple Nami. Because what Count Butler would do is he'll actually reduce the damage. He'll silence. Silence being the not allow you to use specials, not the despair on the captains. Your shooter and striker character specials for 3 turns, which is how long it takes before he attacks one. And Count Butler will attack for 12,000 damage, which if you're using a double Garp team isn't of very much consequence, but if you're using a team like double Shanks or something like that, then 12,000 damage kinda might put a little dent in your health bank. The first stage there, Count Butler only has 50,000 health. You can kill him pretty easily. If he does attack, he just attacks for 1,500 damage. Doesn't do anything bad either. You can just take hits from him just fine. The guys around Count Butler all are much more dangerous than he is. For example, the Mad Dog, who's the Dex unit on the bottom right hand corner, he attacks for 5,400 damage every 2 turns. So make sure you kill all the units around Count Butler before he attacks, but Count Butler doesn't have very much health. You should be able to take him out pretty easily. Now there is no condition for this island, but like I said, Count Butler will preemptively silence your striker and shooter characters for 3 turns. So try not to bring striker or shooter characters if you want to use their specials before we get there. Oh, I'm sorry, Hot Dog. Was that Hot Dog? On stage 4, we're gonna get Hebe. Hebe has 430,000 hit points. He will preemptively shuffle our orbs and boost his own defense to 100,000 defense, which is a lot of defense. If you use, you're gonna have to use specials to get through it. So that's why we're bringing Namule. You can also bring somebody like Full Body or Vista or anybody at all. So using a double slasher team of Vista or even poison such as Croc or Don Krieg, those all work great. You just want something that deals exact damage or poisons. You can use Perona special too, because what he'll do is he'll start with maybe 20 hit points, something like that. It's a very, very small amount of hit points, maybe only 100 hit points. So here he is, start out with very, very few hit points. And this is more hit points than my team could combo through. So it's definitely more than 30 or so hit points. We'll use Namule. That'll deal exact damage and take care of him. What he'll do if you don't kill him right there with a special is he will heal himself for 250,000 health every turn for 2 turns. So bring himself to full health in 2 turns. 100,000 defense means you're probably not going to do any damage to him at all unless you use a lot of specials. And he will attack every turn for 3,564. But he doesn't do anything based on his health. None of these guys do anything based on their health except for Count Butler, who will do stuff under 20%. So Hot Dog on stage 7 has 470,000 hit points. He will preemptively lock your captain for 3 turns, give your middle row bother orbs, and attacks every 2 turns for 6,912 damage. With the double Garp team, all we're going to do is take a hit from him. Remember, locking does not mean you'll lose is not equal to despair. So when he locks your captain, you're not going to lose your extra health from your Garp. Now for a double Garp team, this is probably the hardest stage to get through just because it's going to be very slow and we don't really have anything to do to really speed up our damage without using specials. But he only, with a double Garp team, he doesn't hit for very much. 470,000 health shouldn't be too bad for you to get through. And 6,000 damage that he deals is nothing. And he doesn't do anything based on health, so we can take 2 or 3 attacks from him, no problemo. As long as we have more than 12,000 health, because that's how much Count Butler will attack for. Might as well take one more turn here too. Boo! Boo! Alright. And it's off to Count Butler. Count Butler will preemptively silence. That is silence. That means you can't use a special of shooter and striker characters for 3 turns. What we're going to do is we're going to use T-Bone, who cuts our health by 80% but reduced damage taken by 90%. So that means we'll go down quite a bit and we'll only take 1,200 damage from his attack. And I'm going to save my Kobe until we get our Usopp special up, so we're just going to hit him. He has 1.2 million health. If you're using a team with more damage, you can absolutely kill him within these first 3 turns, just using specials like a... if you use a slasher team with a couple of side units, you can get past his health pretty easily. You can use... Doflamingo special, Mihawk special to really help cut his health, as long as you don't get him below 20%. What he does under 20% is he will deal 15,000 damage and silence your entire team for 2 turns. Now with an X-Bone special, or T-Bone special, not X-Bone, T-Bone special, he actually costs us more health than we're reducing. But I'm just using him as an example if you're using a different team. Oh, there's the silence right there. I guess the silence is actually under 50%. It's probably under 30%, because under 50% he didn't do his special last time. So we'll wait until the very last turn and just burst him down on the very last turn. Actually, I might just kill him without having to use any specials. So that is the entire fight. Not too hard. If you're using a double Garp, you can just tank some hits. If you're not using Garp and you have less hit points, you can't use specials like Alvida or Perona or Smoker because they're all strikers or shooters. You can't use Mirage Temple Nami. You can use T-Bone. But there's only a few other characters you can use to reduce damage taken, because he cannot be stalled. As for what the units actually do, let's see, we just got Hebe. Remember, all these specials will be, all these characters are on a database, so you can check the database and you can look at what they do. But just since I have you right now, we'll go over the characters. So we got Hebe. We'll go over Hebe first. Hebe, his special changes the orbs on the left column to recovery, quick, then dex, and locks himself for 2 turns. Yes, he will lock himself for 2 turns, so you can't use him. He has no captain ability, so he's not really a great unit. Hot Dog is a dex unit. Hot Dog special boosts damage dealt to stalled enemies by 1.2 for 1 turn, which is pretty decent. Anything that boosts damage by another extra percentage against stalled enemies is not that is moderately useful, especially on quests that say do as much damage as you can in 1 turn. And the most exciting one is Count Butler himself. So Count Butler's captain ability is boost, once you evolve him, it's boost the attack of ambition and tough units by 1.75 times. Now these do stack, so if you have an ambition tough unit, then he will actually boost that character by 3 times attack. So the only characters that he actually boosts by 3 times attack are Pica and Int Moria, the 5-star Int Moria from story mode. So those 2 characters are the only ambition tough units, but he does boost both of their attacks by 3 times. Otherwise, he just boosts ambition units by 1.75 and tough units by 1.75. But ambition tough units, of which there are 2, get boosted by 3 times. So it is just like a Whitebeard captain boost right away for ambition tough units. His special boosts his own attack for 5 turns, reduces damage taken, and deals int damage to 1 enemy. So it's kind of an okay special. Oops, let's go back to him. The damage boost Not sure what the damage boost is. We'll test it out and have the actual numbers of the damage boost and damage reduction on the database. He'll be an interesting captain. If we get more ambition tough units, he'll definitely become more interesting. But right now, he's just kind of fun to play with. I'm in Zenigami. Good luck. There are 6-star Shanks, Virgo, Lao G, and Stronghold Frankie books. And there's also Int Frankie books on its own as well. That's Int Story Mode Frankie. I'm Zenigami. Good luck getting your Count Butlers. Y'all stay beautiful.